Now, we all love video games, and they've been a staple of entertainment ever since their inception back in the 20th century. Obviously, these days, the world of gaming has hundreds if not thousands of titles to choose from, and of course to collect them all is very expensive. But this is where the idea of emulation comes into play, and while some may frown upon this practice, it does allow for games of the past to gain a new lease of life.
It's alive! It's alive!
Speaking of emulation, I did make a video on the Super Console X Pro. Quite an interesting box of fun, but there are times when game developers shape the world of video games with their own emulation devices.
Nice.
And this couldn't be more true when it came to SEGA, who blessed us with the Mega Drive Mini. And as a fan of classic gaming myself, I was thrilled to bits to get my hands on this absolute gem. And with that being said, let's take a closer look. Before we get to the games, let's talk about the design of the console itself, the Mega Drive Mini. It's a miniature version of the original 16-bit classic, and it looks amazing. It's small enough to fit in the palm of your hand, which is pretty neat, especially if you travel a lot. And another thing that really impressed me was the quality of the controllers, which Sega did an amazing job with, replicating the controllers we used in the 90s, and they feel great, which is essential for many of the classic games included on this console. Speaking of games, the Mega Drive Mini comes jam-packed with 42 classics, so let's take a closer look and marvel at some of these titles. As I just said, the Mega Drive Mini comes with 42 classic games preloaded onto it, and of course there are a variety of titles to choose from, ranging from platformers, beat-em-ups, sports games and so much more. This variety means that there's something for everybody, whether you're a hardcore gamer or just looking to relive some of your nostalgic memories. Anyway, moving on. The Mega Drive Mini's menu is simple and easy to use, and when you choose your title of choice, you can even add scan lines for an authentic CRT look. Now, let's talk about some of the standout games included on the Mega Drive Mini. Obviously, we have my personal favourite, Sonic the Hedgehog 2. And alongside this masterpiece, we also have the likes of Gunstar Heroes, Echo the Dolphin, Streets of Rage 2, and a fan favourite, Monster World 4. Now, Monster World 4 is one of those titles that got me right in the feels, especially at a particular point. But more importantly, how do the games run on the Mega Drive Mini? So I feel it's best to show you guys at home exactly what this fantastic little console is capable of. Welcome back. Now, what did you guys think? Pretty cool, isn't it? Trust me, it is. But more importantly, is the Mega Drive Mini worth picking up?
Well?
In my opinion, I'd have to say that I'm thoroughly impressed with the Mega Drive Mini. In fact, when I first turned the Mega Drive Mini on, I was taken right back to that point where I was at a friend's house in the 90s and I was introduced to Sonic the Hedgehog for the very first time. Talk about having a massive wave of nostalgia. And if like me you're a fan of classic gaming, then I highly recommend that you pick up the Mega Drive Mini. It's a great little system that will provide you with hours of fun as well as nostalgic memories. However, be prepared to pay a hefty price tag, as the Mega Drive Mini itself has become a bit of a collector's item.
Shut up and take my money!
Anyway, come back next time where the cartoon guy takes a trip down memory lane with Saturday morning cartoons. Thank you so much for watching and see you next game.